Hello, YouTube. Axiomat here once again with Axiomat Comics. The purpose of this video is to talk about local comic book shops, LCSs. If you ever heard anybody say LCS, I'm going to go to my LCS. I'm visiting my LCS. It stands for local comic shop. And there's nothing more important than supporting your local comic book shops because they are just that, local businesses. You know, I've moved a lot throughout the years, so I've had several local comic book shops. I like to think that I supported as best as I could by buying comic books, going in there, telling people, posting it on social media during the holidays, things like that. Um, so I'm gonna talk about my latest visit. I go all the time. I haven't been in a while. My local comic book shop here is called Mansfield Comics and Manga. And one of the things that I did, this was almost like 8 months ago at this point. Um, I remember going to the shop when it just opened. It was very empty, but I talked to the shop owner. He was so cool. And he was explaining to me what his plans were for the shop and everything. And even though it was somewhat empty, I mean, I still walked out with like $100 worth of stuff. Yeah, I can't help myself. And I mean, look at this place, right? So I got so excited that there was a local comic book shop. This one was a lot closer than the one I was visiting when I first moved here. So the first thing that came to mind is I have to support this shop, and I know I didn't do it alone. I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it alone, but lucky for the community, or I mean, it's not luck, but they are thriving now. And for a sec there, the owner was a little worried that he might not make it. But they're good now. I just went this last Wednesday. Side note, for those that don't know, every Wednesday is new comic book day, so all the new issues that are come out are always on Wednesdays. So, but I talked to him this Wednesday. He wanted me to go over something specific. So as I was saying, like about 8 months ago, I took a pile of my 6 scale statues. Those are some of the smaller ones, like not the big ones that you see kind of in the back, but I had a whole pile close. It was close to like 70 statues of different X-Men, DC, Marvel. It was all over the place. But they were just in a storage room because I started putting them away as I started collecting some of these bigger pieces that you see in the back. And when I would go into the shop, it needed a little eye candy, and I didn't want to, be presumptuous. I didn't want to be like that guy, like, it doesn't look cool in here, cool enough. But I had a whole stock of inventory that was just sitting, and I talked to the shop owner, and he was like, yeah, let's do a consignment, right? Let's collaborate. And consignment is basically, the shop takes a percentage of the sale because they're selling it at their shop, and I get the rest. Rather than try to sell these on eBay, why not do this and help my local comic book shop, right? So I did that. We inventoried everything, and I wrote down notes, little broken pieces, what I was asking, if it was kind of over asking price, why, the rarity, et cetera, et cetera. And this last Wednesday when I went, we went to kind of reconcile what was sold, what hadn't sold. And after we got done, he told me, kind of the struggles that he was going through financially with the shop and how it's been picked up. And he goes, I can't thank you enough for these statues. They made a world of difference to the amount of customers and business that came in here. And I go, really? And he didn't even get to answer that question because the clerk working right at the time, he goes, oh yeah, man. The amount of people that come in here and go, man, this place looks so cool. Look at all the statues. Oh my God. That made me feel so good. Yeah, the money was nice, obviously, right? I'm making money off of this. But just the fact that I was able to help in that manner, my local comic book shop was so damn cool. So I wanted to bring that story up. And here, let me show you guys what I got. I didn't get much, but These art boxes. I love these comic book boxes. You know, I love these comic book boxes. So I got this because I've housed my Daredevil comics in a Spider-Man box for too long. Damn, does that bother me? It's my OCD. I don't know what it is. I mean, look at this room, right? I like everything organized. And for so long, I've had my Daredevil collection in a Spider-Man box. Oh, that drives me nuts. So I almost lost my shit when I saw the Daredevil box. I've been waiting for this forever. Uh, so I got that. I picked up a bunch, I picked up a little pile of comics, nothing crazy. These are from Kevin Smith's, kind of universe, quick stop. And of course, I love Hellboy. I love me some Hellboy. He's not my favorite comic book character. So yeah, you know, support your local comic book shops. They're there. They sell comics. What's not to like? Take your nieces, take your nephews, your little brothers, your sisters, take your parents, for crying out loud. It's the best when you walk into a comic book shop. I cannot stress that enough. I'll see you guys in the next video.